If you're just starting a blog and you want to start making money quickly, ads are a great idea, and so are affiliate links. But the thing is, before this year, getting into an ad agency is a little bit tricky because you need to have a certain number of sessions in order to get approved. This new blog here that I have started, it's one that I do with my brother, and he does all the recipes and then I do all the content for it. And together we have made this food blog, and as of yesterday we got into Journey by Mediavine. And what's really amazing about that is we only have 87,000 monthly views on Pinterest, and Pinterest is our only traffic source for this blog. And the other part about that is that we only have about 1,000 sessions. So I'll show you the actual analytics behind this blog because I care about being fully transparent. So for the last 30 days, we have 1.9 thousand sessions. So 1,900 sessions, and we got into Mediavine Journey. Now, this ad agency is one of the premium ones, and it says that it starts at around 10,000 sessions. I knew just based on other blog groups that I'm in that they have been accepting people with less. So I thought, what the hell, I might as well just try to apply for it. And I did. And within 2 days, they had already accepted my account and I got it set up. And now I have ads on my blog, which is super inspiring because this blog was sort of on the back burner for me. I didn't really care because I wasn't making money on it. I haven't made money on it yet just because I just added the ads to it. But now it's making me want to create more and better content for it because I do have ads on there now. I did it with less than 2,000 monthly sessions. So this is a great option for those of you who are just starting your blogging journey and you don't have that many sessions either. I think that they are going to allow people who have anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 sessions. I feel like that's probably their minimum. I feel like you have to have at least 1,000 monthly sessions. I think the other requirements are your blog should be at least 4 months old. It should have top tier traffic. I don't think it's as important as the regular Mediavine where it's like 60% of your traffic has to be tier 1, but I think it is helpful if your traffic is coming from places like the US, England, Canada, those tier 1 countries. I think it's also helpful if you have a blog that is Pinterest friendly. And with that it is in one of the top interests on Pinterest, because one, it's going to be easier for you to grow your blog, but two, it knows that you can maintain traffic because it's Pinterest traffic. If you have a blog, I would recommend, or you want to start a blog, I would recommend doing something in the DIY and crafts niche, the finance niche, food and drink, health, fitness, travel, or home decor. Those are the top niches that I would do. And I could see you very easily getting into Mediavine Journey quickly. Now, I'm going to have no idea what the RPMs are going to be like for the first month or so, but I will update you after. I'm curious to see if it's going to be similar to my other blog that is also on Mediavine Journey, or if food blogs tend to have a higher RPM or not. Also, because it's January, it's the first month of Q1, RPMs are already going to be low, plus the fact that there's a ramp up period with starting with Mediavine Journey. I foresee my first month on Mediavine Journey to be probably pennies, but I will obviously let you know what that is like. But I just want to go into a little bit about my strategy for this blog. So this blog is different. It's very different than my other one. My other blog is more listicles, whereas this blog has maybe 2 listicles on it. If you go through, it's just a recipe blog. So most of these are single recipes. Again, I work with my brother on these to actually develop the recipes. They're not AI recipes. They're legitimate recipes. I'm working on updating all the pictures for it because right now I am using stock images for it. Once I have the ability to redo all of the recipes, I'm going to update them with my own pictures, which is the best way to do things. When it comes to blogging, having your own picture is going to be the best thing that you can do. So like, I'll just show you for an example. So they're like those images, but in some of my older posts, I was using my own images, like you can see here. It's just like the quality isn't there. So these are obviously not going to do that well on Pinterest, because although it looks decent, it's not going to be the thing that gets people to click through. So once I start taking, because I have a pretty good camera, I am going to start taking my own pictures and redo all of these recipes with them. But you can see I have ads now, so that's very helpful. And then I just get my brother to do the recipes here. So he writes them, and then I put it in using this recipe card, which I highly recommend if you have a recipe blog or you do food on your blogs, to have a plugin like this so that it's easy for people to either print the recipe or to pin the recipe, which helps to also grow your audience on your blog. So the thing too about Mediavine Journey is on desktop, it's not too bad. The ads are okay. I also recommend having a sidebar, especially for the desktop viewers, because you get to have additional ads here. But I know on mobile, sometimes the ads can get a little bit aggressive. You can sort of change it up in Mediavine in the dashboard. So you can go to the journey settings here and change it. I'm just going to keep it on optimal. That's what they recommend. But you have the option to do low ad density or high ad density. It just completely depends on what you want to do for it. So some tips that I would recommend is, before you apply, to make sure you have a good amount of blog posts. I would not apply to any ad agency if you have less than maybe 30 or 40 blog posts. I think you could get away with maybe less, but I think they're more likely to accept you if you have a lot. I think that's why I got accepted so quickly. The other thing with Journey, before you apply, you have to run the Grow plugin, this one right here, for at least 30 days before you apply. It's going to say that I'm logged out, but I'm obviously logged in. But this little plugin, you can see here, it adds these little buttons here so that people can save these web pages. They can also share them on to the different social media pages if you'd like. But that is what you need to do, is have it run for at least 30 days, and then you will get accepted. Also, to make sure your content is longer form. Now, what's funny about this is my original blog has all long form content. Every single blog post is at least 1,000 words, if not more. This one has a lot of blog posts that are around like 700 words or 600 words, and they still accepted me. And I think it's because I have a lot more pictures on these ones, so it makes the blog post a little bit longer so that they can have more ads on your webpage. So for this blog, I'm specifically using 2 different tools to create pins for it, because it was sort of on the back burner for me. And the 2 tools are Content Goblin, which I showed you in other videos, and that's how I make these pins, and they look great. I think that they look really awesome. And then the other one, where I have these types of pins, I used a program called BlogtoPin. And so I have been loving it because I was able to create a certain number of pins a day and just schedule them all so easily with that tool. And I honestly didn't even have to give it a second thought. So like this one, for example, is a good example of like me using my own pictures here. Again, I'll have to update the pictures eventually, because it would be awesome if I could get this blog to be even better and get into the actual Mediavine instead of Mediavine Journey. Of course, we're so far away from that because you need 50,000 sessions for it. But like, these are my pictures. This is my picture. So I like that I've been able to use both tools, and I've been able to post anywhere from 20 to 30 pins a day on this blog. And again, it's because I have so many blog posts. I have over 100 blog posts on this blog. So it was really easy to be able to create a bunch of pins just using by being able to use the two different tools to create pins very easily, but also having enough URLs where you can post to the pins and not get spammy. So this is the first time I'm talking about BlogtoPin, but I've been using it since early December, and it's really helped me to be able to stay consistent with posting on this blog. So I really like it. So for example, these ones are going to be posted tomorrow, and basically it auto picks whatever boards you have. It creates the templates. You can always go in and change depending on the pictures that you want. And then you can change what it actually looks like as well. So it automatically picked this one, but you can pick any of these designs here. You can change the colors, you can change the fonts to whatever you'd like. You can change the picture so that it's this one instead, and then you just save it and it gets scheduled. And it's nice because it gives you the pin title, the pin description, whatever board you want, and creates the image for you. It's so worth it. I can just leave it, let it do its thing, and then automatically have it post. And it works so well, and it's making my life so much easier, because it can be difficult to run multiple blogs at the same time, but having a tool like this that lets you create pins really easily is so helpful. So again, like this one, you can just change it up to whichever one you want. I don't really like that one because it already has the writing on it. So instead, we can go in and we can just change it to whichever one we want. So we can easily reject ones that we don't like. We can keep ones, we can go back, and then you go back to the to approve, and it'll update you and fill in any gaps for any ones that you end up rejecting. So I personally love this tool. I'm going to continue to use it for this blog, and I'm also going to use Content Goblin to create these pins as well, so that I have a good amount of pins going out every day for this blog. So if you want to apply for Mediavine Journey, I'll have the link for that down below. I'll also have the link for BlogtoPin and Content Goblin. And hopefully this helps you to also get into Journey by Mediavine. And it continues to give you the motivation to keep posting, to keep blogging, even when it seems like your traffic is low. You can still start to make money even with 1,000 sessions.